together for Lihle Msimang. Thank you guys, thank you. And thank you to that random lady who introduced me. Welcome tonight, welcome. Are you guys excited to be here? No, I heard one yes. There can't be one person who's excited to be here. Okay, there's 2 people, 3, anybody else? Yes, fantastic. I'm also excited to be here, very excited to be here. Like the lady who introduced me said, my name is Lihle Msimang. I will be your host for this evening. And basically what that means, if this is a big TV screen, right? Picture me as a presenter. To the young people, picture me as Bonang Matiba. And to the older people, picture me as John from Noord for Noord. Okay, that's who I am today. So I am from a township called Meadowlands, and in Meadowlands, I grew up in a house with a ceiling worth 5,000 rand. Now, I knew that the ceiling was worth 5,000 rand because my mom would tell us every time. She'd come back from work or from a function like this, 6:30, look up at the ceiling. Woo, 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 woo. Look at this beautiful ceiling. Bantwana bam, this ceiling, 5,000 rand. She'd even work it in normal conversation. My dad would come home from work very stressed because he didn't get that promotion. And then my mom would look at him like, ooh, Putmantla, yes, it's so terrible. On top of these 5,000 rand ceilings, you're gonna not get a promotion. Ooh. So my mom was an auditor, right? She was an auditor, and she loved mathematics. So we used to go to her to get our advice for maths. After she installed the ceiling, I went to her, I was like, Ma, I think I'm a bit stupid. I don't know what's going on. Please explain this math thing to me. Then she said, Mtana, math is very simple. Let me give you an example. Mami had 2,000. Then she added 3,000 to buy this ceiling. How much is this ceiling? Yes, Mtanam, this ceiling is 5,000 rand. And also, I won't lie. There's something about being a black mother that you don't need to hit your child. It's just all in your voice, right? It's all in your voice. Because I've noticed with English, when you try to reprimand a child, you need a lot of words. Like, Jonathan, stop it. Jonathan, no. Naughty corner, right now, naughty corner. Not when you're a black mother. When you're a black mother, you don't even need many words. In fact, you don't even need words. Just need to look at the son and go, yay! He knows that I will beat you now until you cry, then I will beat you for crying. But I think the worst motherly threat is a Nigerian threat. I've seen Nigerian moms. Because you know how when your child is doing something naughty, you tell them, stop doing that, or else I'll do this, right? You tell them, and then if they continue doing it, then you apply the punishment. Not Nigerian mothers. Nigerian mothers look at their children and say, Pa, I'll slap you. Are you guys ready for tonight's festivities? To please welcome on stage the CESA YPF chairperson. She's here to address us. It is Amanda Masondo Mkhize.
Wow, that was amazing. I don't have any jokes. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our CEO, Chris Campbell, our President, Naresh Patha, distinguished guests, and a very special welcome to the BCE graduates. So our President's message, as he's been giving his presidential visits, has been about the future of engineering. And today, at our Imbizo, Mr. Patha spoke to us about engineering the future we want. So I would like to speak about a very current topic, which is technology, jobs, and the future of work. But before I go there, it's worth noting that currently, almost half of the world's population is under 25. That's about 3 billion young people. Young people have a critical role to play in leading initiatives and developing policies because they make up such a significant part of the world's population. CESA YPF allows the young professional to exercise their right to participation, and that is to be involved, to lead, and to take action. Members of the YPF play a critical role in contributing to the success of the forum, its projects, and its initiatives. So in order to achieve sustainable youth leadership, a strong commitment and investment is needed from the young professionals themselves. And in addition to this, we need continued support from our sponsors and key decision makers in our companies. So going back to the topic of technology, jobs, and the future of work. In the McKinsey survey of young people and employers, which was done in 9 countries, 40% of employers said that the lack of skills was the main reason for entry-level jobs and vacancies. 60% said that new graduates were not adequately prepared for the world and the world of work. There were gaps in technical skills, such as STEM subject degrees, but there were also gaps in soft skills, such as communication, teamwork, and punctuality. Conversely, even those in work may not be realizing their potential. In the recent global survey of job seekers conducted by LinkedIn, 37% of respondents said their current jobs were not fully utilizing their skills or providing enough of a challenge. So how does technology and automation affect work? So new technologies have the potential to upend much of what we know about the way people work. But disruption is an opportunity as well as a challenge. For example, many activities that workers carry out today have the potential to be automated. Also, technology can help labor markets. Digital talent platforms improve matching between workers and jobs. Digitally enabled independent work is on the rise, e.g. your Uber, your Etsy, your Didi, etc. And not to be forgotten, technology creates new jobs and income possibilities. So what are some of the challenges and possible solutions to digitization? We definitely haven't reached the full potential of digitization across the global economy. We are only starting to capture the opportunities from digitizing economies at the sectors and company levels. For example, digitization of assets, including infrastructure, connected mechanics, data and data platforms. Digitization of operations, including processes, payments, and business models. And digitization of workforces, including worker use of digitally skilled workers, and new digital jobs and roles. Another challenge is that more than half of the world's population is still offline, limiting the potential to benefit from digital. So how can we positively affect the future of work? We can assist by evolving the education system and learning for a new changed workplace. Policymakers, working with education providers, could do more to improve basic STEM skills through school systems. We can determine how the private sector can drive training. Since companies are usually the ones that face a gap in skills they need in a more technology-enabled workplace, companies can play the more active role in education and training. So in conclusion, what we can do is to embrace technology-enabled solutions. We can focus on job creation by accelerating the creation of digital platforms in particular. We can also play a role in innovating how humans work alongside machines. And we can capture the productivity benefits of technology. And this can be harnessed to create economic growth, surpluses, and demand for work that create room for creative solutions and ultimately benefiting us all. So to the BCE graduates, congratulations for your achievements. The effort that you have put in is going to be awarded tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the cocktail function, and I thank you.
Short and sweet, just like hair. Hey? A round of applause, please, for Ms. Amanda. Without wasting any time, I'd like to call the CESA president. Please put your hands together. That second clap. Remember the second clap? Yes. Put your hands together for Mr. Naresh Patha.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues in the industry, BCE graduates, mentors, conveners of the BCE course. It's great to see all of you here this evening. Certainly a momentous occasion for the graduates, culminating a tough program over the last year. And I think it's incumbent on me, first and foremost, to thank the graduates for the efforts they've put in, their families for the sacrifices that they've made along the way. Certainly this achievement and this acknowledgement does not come with any small sacrifice. It's been some toil that they've had to put in. And I hope that through the process they've learned, they've equipped themselves, and they've enabled themselves to take charge of their future. I think the YPs today hopefully enjoyed the day in terms of deliberating some of the key challenges and issues facing our industry, and certainly some of the ways in which we can address going forward. So mine is not to give you a long drawn-out address. I think I did some of that during the course of today. But it really is to re-emphasize, I'm glad that I didn't say anything that was lost, and Amanda picked up on some of the things that I did say. I think I ended my talk by saying, embrace the challenges that technology brings, don't fear it. And I think that's something that we need to do, certainly from a transformational aspect. So not only technology, and as most of you are aware, and I've said this earlier, transformation and the transformation agenda at CESA really covers the racial and social issues that our country faces. It covers the gender diversity issues, the age issues, and certainly the engineering the future I want, and people like myself are becoming less and less relevant. It's really people like yourself as the young professionals that ought to be standing up and taking account of the future you want, because setting the tone for where we take this industry, that responsibility lies within your hands. And then last but certainly not least is embracing technology and finding new ways to skill ourselves, reinvent ourselves. Amanda touched on literacy levels in education. It's really about reinventing ourselves and looking at the jobs of the future. Technology is not going to stop its drive into our day-to-day lives. It's about how we cohabitate and how we use it to our benefit that'll define the legacy of our profession and certainly our industry. So my words to you as young professionals is, through these today and certainly to tomorrow, come to certain action points as to how you drive the industry forward. Certainly by making yourselves available and your companies providing you the opportunity to be here. Make use of that opportunity. Take ownership of it. Take account of it. Be responsible, be accountable for these decisions, because it really is up to you to start driving these key messages, the key challenges, and the key dialogue for our industry going forward. And last but not least, I think we've been a silent profession, and certainly, aside from the profession, in society in general, the norm has been to sit back and watch things happen. If we upset about corruption, if we upset about procurement, if we upset about any issues that face our industry, stand up and be counted. I think the more we talk about these things and more we raise awareness, the more change we can bring about change. So let's be responsible, but also let's take accountability of our future. Hopefully you enjoy tomorrow and look forward to you guys driving the industry forward.
Okay, in no specific order, we're going to start with the BCE graduates. And I think the first one up would be Stanley Nagarande. Well done, Stanley. SARS clap, please. And then we have Mr. Edmore Hamandishe. Well done, Edmore. I was asked. I was asked to make this special announcement, so unbeknownst to many of you, we have started exporting the BCE. Edmore is all the way from Zimbabwe, actually. So next up is Tabo Baloy. Lamek Mtete. Actually, I just realized something. I should have actually shared with you the names of the companies. But some useful information. Now, Lamek's colleague from his own company, IGS, and we're always glad to have more than one person from a company on the BCE, is Sinatlana Nathaniel Manamela. Next up, we have Johannes Nicolaas Botha. And I'm glad we have the fairer sex. Ms. Boitumelo Disemelo. Don't mind me, I'm just reading names out. Okay, and then the last one is yet another person from the fairer sex. I'm very glad that at least our profession is starting to diversify. Miss Shannon Lee Sauter. Hoping that the next person was actually here. We'll test the house. Is Mrs. Jacqueline Tinswalo Ricozzo. We have a couple of certificates which we'd like to hand out in recognition of the support for the YP Imbizo. If there's a representative here from Royal House Koning. And then, if there's anybody here from Naco Eliso. If there's a representative here from the Construction Industry Development Board, please. And then last but not least, Mott MacDonald. Is this
one homemade?
No, they messed up that one. We're going to get it repaired. I think that's it for the certificates. Madam MC, the floor is yours again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause to all the winners and nominees, everyone. So, quick question. Can everybody see the screen here? No one is obstructed by anything. Can everyone see the screen? Okay, because right now, we're going to go for a commercial break.
So, in closing, sorry, I mixed up my papers. There's a quote that says that nothing makes an engineer more productive than the last minute. So this is what happens in the last minutes. So in closing, thank you to everyone who stayed behind. I know it's been a busy day, but I hope you enjoyed the first day of the Imbizo, those who were in attendance. And I hope you're looking forward to the second day. It's going to be even more action-packed. I don't know if it's even the right word. But it's going to be even more action-packed than the first day. It's going to be more informative. And I hope you will enjoy it as much as you enjoyed today. To the graduates, congratulations. I know it has been a very hectic year between working, being a parent, being a lover, being a boss, being everything else in between. You made it. So we celebrate you and congratulations to you once more. Let's give them a round of applause. And then lastly, the theme today has been, well, one of my favorite themes today has been Mr. Naresh Patha's address that you must engineer the future you want. So, after here, the future you want is on hold until tomorrow. We are going to celebrate, enjoy, be merry, do what engineers do best, get down. Little engineers can dance. You will see tonight if you haven't seen. Don't be fooled by the ties and so forth. But can everyone please drink responsibly? If you're drinking, drive safe, arrive safely, and we'll see you all tomorrow bright and early, ready to tackle day 2 of the Imbizo. Thank you very much.
That's what I need. Are all the graduates here? Can you please have them come up on stage? Are they here?
The program was an eye-opener in many ways. You go to engineering school, you learn the technical, but some of the softer skills that you need to have, you don't necessarily go through them in university or in college when you qualify as an engineer. So the program equips you with those soft skills. You know, the management, there is finance, there is law. Ask any engineering student now what they know about the law. They are like, why do I need to know the law? I'm doing engineering, I should know how to do the calculations and everything. But you find there are laws that govern even the engineering practice itself. And you want to just have, not necessarily to become a lawyer, but to have an understanding of the legal implications of your actions, for example. And you get that from the law. And there are certain things that you do every day that have got a legal implication on you either as a professional or just as an individual. Just an appreciation of that is something that you are equipped with. So I would know, for example, if I'm going to engage in a project now, I'll look at, in the event of a problem, what is my liability legally should I make a mistake? How am I going to protect myself from that? Do I get myself enough professional indemnity to do that? Then there is accounting. Ask any engineering student, they will tell you, I don't need to know accounting, I'm an engineer. But we need those skills. And the general delivery of a project. And so in the end, you are all round after the course. You know exactly how you are going to handle yourself in a situation. There was some exercises which test, for example, whether you are stressed a lot at work. How are you going to manage stress? How are you going to manage conflict? You don't learn those skills in engineering school. But after the BCE course, you now know, okay, fine. Sometimes just you have to step back and look at things, calm down, handle situations successfully, and so on. So it equips you with that skill. In the end, you become more effective, in fact, in how you do the work that you are supposed to do because of the skills that you get from the BCE course.
In all honesty, the course is quite tough, but in a good way. It's very enlightening. Covers quite a bit of material in a short space of time. But definitely would recommend it to anyone interested in actually developing themselves. I actually mentioned it to one of the lecturers, saying that I've actually requested that management instill it in our company, due to the fact that you'd find that you learn a lot of things throughout your career. You get told how to do things or why certain things get done, but this course actually gives you a full picture. So from processes, the most basic items, from holding a meeting to structuring fees, it gives you a very broad, very in-depth concept of the civil engineering environment. And I think it's actually what's required for the industry if we genuinely want to produce real engineers for future generations.
Program was absolutely invaluable. I feel that you should always be learning from what you're doing. And I feel we're in a situation in our industry where the guys who've been through it empirically, that have come through empirically, that have got 40 to 50 years experience, those guys, there was a big gap in the engineering market between currently 60-year-olds, roughly 55, 60-year-olds, and 35, 40-year-olds. So you've got a big 15, 20-year experience gap, and a very different change in technology and a change in how you understand things. And I feel the guys from previous generations, although some people might feel like, oh, so dull to learn something empirically, you need to understand it empirically before you can understand it through technology. So I feel that with that gap and being pushed through the system quite quickly, and I feel a lot of my peers will say the same thing, it's exciting, but at the same time it's quite daunting because you haven't had the time to learn all the, because as an engineer there is a technical aspect, but along with the technical aspect there's business, there's legal, there's sort of marketing, there's all sorts of things that you've got to kind of learn on the way. And it's been the course I found exposed you to a lot of where engineers tend to get very technically focused. It exposed you to a lot of non-technical aspects of engineering, which is also very exciting, and potentially niches that different people can move into depending on their passions.